So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Hoyland proves too strong. And it's Schneider. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
He really does have it all. Gullit. Schneider. Ibrahimovic. Lobotka.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Aimed beyond the defence. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Højlund. Lobbed in behind. He's cut it out. And he gets rid in a hurry. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Odo. Quarter of an hour played. And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Showing good feet. That's the throw. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, lovely bit of skill. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Schneider. He's chosen to go back. Gets a good foot in there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, that's a key interception. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Lobotka, and the counter is on. Schneider, and here's Batistuta. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. That's an imaginative pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Gattuso is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. This ended up in no man's land. Either side giving way, it has been tight. Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gattuso. 5 minutes till the break. No, he's not getting his way this time. Now it's Schneider. Oh, good read. Gattuso. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
And it's Nesta. And it's Otto. Now Gattuso. Rijkaard gets a foot in here. Rijkaard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And the game has already resumed here. So the first half brought no goals. Gullit, he's got away. There's the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Oh, that's neat. Roberto Carlos. Milan are looking to go forward now. And Gullit! It's hit the upright. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rijkaard. Højlund. Pinches it off him. Adriano. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Now it's Batistuta.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Batistuta being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Has a look and plays it forward. And here's Batistuta. That is good alertness. Gullit dominates aerially so often. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Now he's off and running. Roberto Carlos. That looks a cracking ball. Roberto Carlos. Now what about this cross? And that has been knocked clear. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Milan have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And it's Otto. And this is Batistuta. That's going to go a long way. And he's only too happy to take that back. And here's Højlund. Gives it back. Oh, there's a probing ball. Schneider.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Very nicely done. Højlund. And they can counter here. And it's Serginho. That's a little off target. Now it's Schneider. Oh, good spread. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Gattuso. And it's Schneider. Lobotka did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Schneider. Lobotka. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 10.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
11. Numero 5. Numero 44. Oddo. Numero 21. Schneider. Lasciano il campo per il numero 9. Eto. Il numero 24. Il numero 13. Il numero 22. Il numero 19. Cambio di giocatori.
He's picked his way through. Chance to deliver. Leicester getting this one clear. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, that's a fine interception. Ambrosini. Now it's De La Feu. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Chiesa. And this is De La Feu. Looking to play him in. Goes for a shot! Hits off target and by quite a way. Rui Costa.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
So just 1 extra minute for stoppages. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rafael Leao. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
So to clarify, extra time will follow.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 6. Roberto Carlos.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Numero 27.
Nedved. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Serginho. Rui Costa. Real chance here. He's in space and looking for options. Dida claims it. Safe hands.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
And the pass is intercepted. Nesta is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. Serginho. And it's Schneider. And here's De La Feu. De La Feu going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's De La Feu. De La Feu driving forwards. Rui Costa. And here's Eto'o. Dumfries. That is lovely. Now the cross. There's the header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt. All too easy.
Oh, nice touch. Extra time reaches half-time. Halfway through extra time and still we are deadlocked. Is it time for a hero to step up and to grab the headlines here? And so the last chance to find a winner. Here we go then for the last time. The score still 0-0. Nedved. Gattuso. And it's De La Feu. Now it's Chiesa. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Rijkaard. Lovely ball and a real chance now. De La Feu touches it back.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Serginho. Oh, no joy this time. Engages and forces him off the ball. Gattuso. Rui Costa. There's a searching pass.
They've been denied a chance.
Big chance!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rafael Leao. And it's Ambrosini. Knocks it into space.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Chance! That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Still inseparable. We have penalties.
Yeah, the longer it went on, it kind of became inevitable that it would end this way, and while each defence can be proud, they've got very little say from here. It's up to the keepers now.
120 minutes of action have taken their toll, but have proved inconclusive, and now this is it. They could really do with scoring the first penalty. And he does it with poise.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
Schneider is engaging in a bit of mind games before stepping up.
Never looked in doubt, really. He just did what he was asked.
Eto'o will take their second. Denied! He's made the save!
I suspect a change of mind could have been the problem then.
Otto is second man up. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
Oh, the keeper's done brilliantly to keep his eye on the ball and make such a great save.
The third man in the queue. Off the post!
He didn't need to cut things so finely.
Lefeu is third in line. And he's missed it. He steps up to take the fourth penalty. Right in the bottom corner. Some nerve.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked his spot, didn't change.
Chiesa is the fourth man to step up. Oh, he's hit the upright.
It's a brave attempt, but he really should be getting it on target.
Dida must save it. And that has lifted the roof. Milan fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action.
Oh, this is so tough.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front foot. Shot a goal! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Otto goes steaming forward.
Well, it's safe to say, Peter, we're in the presence of defensive royalty here.
And so what is it that makes Paolo Maldini so regal?
Well, I think the fact that he almost never had to make a tackle says it all. He just doesn't need to. With him, it's all about anticipation, positioning, and reading the games.
And the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. There it is!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Nesta. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Now this could be a chance. Nesta deals with that comfortably. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
The Netherlands clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Argentina finding their passes. First quarter of an hour gone. Oh, cracking ball. He's in space and looking for options. Real chance! They've scored! And they're at it again in double quick time. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter.
Great chance! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
The Netherlands with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cruyff with the short one. Now it's Cruyff. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And now they can spring out of defence. Pelé plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. It's a really well-measured ball. He's found a way through. That is lovely. Otto made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Vitinha, and it's Makalele. Ibrahimovic, it's a loose ball. And here's Cruyff, looking tidy, shapes to shoot! Well, it was a nice set-up, but not so good beyond that.
The one and two touch football that cut through the middle was a joy to behold. Talent and technique of the highest standard.
Puskas, nicely weighted ball. Kessié, that has been slung wide. And it's Ibrahimovic. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Messi. Otto providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, he's picked this time, surely! Quality ball.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Great defending, strong and determined. Passing is crisp and sharp. Picked out, goes for a shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
The Netherlands really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
It's their second corner of the game. Cruyff goes short. He slings it in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Messi. Kukçu. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Puskas. Otto. Messi is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. And it's been taken short. Messi. And this is Pele.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. This possibly the last play of the half. They've played it short. Ball is over the line. Makaleli. Can he get on the end of this? Ibrahimovic. That is a brilliant interception. And that'll be the last act of the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Argentina clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Argentina are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. Here we go again then. Vieira short changes him with that pass. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, it's a chance, surely! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's found a way through. Now it's Puskas. He's shifting through the gears here. He's played it back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
Vieira. Ibrahimovic. Cruyff. Kessié. Pele. And it's Messi. Here's Vieira. Puskas. Messi. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Looking for the run. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well read, nice interception. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Argentina are 2 up early in the second half. Kessié. Ibrahimovic. Over to the left. Great vision. Well read. And the danger is averted. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Kessié. Pele, given the lift of his goal, engages and forces him off the ball.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 21, Ibrahimovic. Number 14,
can they get him away?
Johan Cruyff.
Gullit.
Number 13.
And Gullit! Ruud Gullit! That is just a piece of art! A finish right from the top draw. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Good take, and is he in?
The Netherlands really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Otto, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Nesta. Into the last quarter of an hour. And this is Cruyff. Now it's Gullit. He might be in here. Zico. And it's Bergomi. Out towards the flank. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Can he stop it going out? Bergomi. And it's Makalele. Ferdinand. And here's Gullit. That's going to go a long way. Maldini. Ferdinand. And it's Pedri. And here's Baggio. That pass isn't the best. He's being urged to shoot. Now it's McTominay. And here's Baggio. The Netherlands could have here their final chance. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Baggio plays it short. And here's Baggio. And here's Makalele. Oh, he's been caught napping. In he goes again. More pressure on the opposition goal.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Park Ji-sung is one whose deliveries we all know about. 쿨리발리. That's Park Ji-sung. Maldini. Ronaldinho.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that will be the final act. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment.
We would like to inform you that CCTV
Your final thoughts,
is
Jim?
now in
Well, I think
operation
what was
for your
key,
safety.
Peter, in this game was how...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
In modern football, the role of the defensive midfielder has become hugely important.
Talking of which, Claude Makelele, the battery in the watch.
Yeah, and fittingly, a lot of pundits refer to it as the Makelele role now, such as his influence playing that position.
Kukçu. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Puskos. Looking for a runner. Neatly clipped into space. He's got away.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Kukçu. And it's Kukçu. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's been cut out, well played. Looking for the run. Tries to dink it through. And here's Beckham. Nice interception, well timed. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Now it's Luis Suarez. And the finish! And it's a goal! That was easy, almost too easy.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Tries to play it through. Lovely pass, but shoots! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Beckham making good progress on the right-hand side. Luis Suarez with the cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Ronaldo. Ronaldo proves just a little bit too strong. And we have our very first corner. Cruyff plays it short. Now it's Cruyff. Goes for a shot! Oh, just wide.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Odo.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Odo. Vieira. Might be danger here. Aims beyond the defence. Puskás is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well, we expected better, and so did he.
This is the time you need that pace.
Spread out to the left. Ronaldo gets into a good position. Lahm. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 2 then. Dida breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a cute ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Probing pass. He's found the way through. Big header! He's got a goal! And this is getting better and better. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Makaleli has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. He's had a shot! Yes! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
A case now of complete control. Kukçu. The most accurate pass. Makaleli. To Lahm. Messi with a definite foul there. Back into the middle. Lam providing an outlet on that flank. That's a corner kick. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Señoras y señores, estamos por anunciar.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict.
They don't come much harder, Peter, than Giuseppe Bergami, and I can tell you that from personal experience.
Traditional Italian.
Even his handshake is hard, but a level setter when it comes to discipline and organisation, not to mention his leadership qualities.
Don't argue with him.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Hullet. Just eases him off the ball. And they can counter here. Now it's Messi. Knocks it into space. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Luis Suarez.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And he's managed to get free. Shapes to shoot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Played out wide. Oh, important interception. So what can they make of this? Pele in acres of space out wide. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Driving forward. Rafael Leao. And here's Bellingham.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Quarter of an hour played. Argentina are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Kukçu. Oh, red. Nice interception. Brazil upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And Messi! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Messi. Rafael Leao. Messi. Messi takes control of it and he's on the move.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He's under a lot of pressure there. Oh, can he get onto this? And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Otto made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Brazil looking to pass their way through, and it's Otto. He's being urged to shoot. Gullit was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now it's Luis Suarez.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Now it's Messi. Argentina finding their passes. Rafael Leao. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's a nicely weighted pass. Kukçu. Now it's Puskas. Passing nice and neat. And that could set him on his way. Now this could pass a shot! Bellingham. Gullit. Nesta gets over and intercepts. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Puskas. Bergomi through. And there is the half-time whistle. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Argentina clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham. Leicester promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. Now it's Hullet. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted. Otto. Hullet. Thinks about the shot. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Argentina has the chance to go the other way. Oh, easy pickings there. It's a searching pass. Out of play for a goal kick. Nil-nil still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Aims beyond the defence. He's found a way through. Messi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Nicely spread. Now it's Puskas. That has been cut short. Quarter of an hour into the second half. And here's Suarez. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because...
There's the shot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Messi with the short one. Messi. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Kukçu. It's a good-looking delivery. And he's had a shot! We've got a goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 18.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Park Ji-sung. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. That's been cut out, well played.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Rui Costa bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's another good win of the ball. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And this is Luis Suarez. Suarez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Argentina still ahead by the game's only goal. Bergomi did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Spread it left. Nedved, plenty to aim at here.
Brazil really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Out towards the flank. Thuram makes the interception. And this is Raul. Gets into some space. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Can he get on the end of this? Rui Costa. He has found the way through. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Could move up a gear here. It's Park Ji-sung. And that will be the final act. Argentina have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Argentina really were great.